From leader to follower, Samsung's agony in the chip battle. Samsung Electronics, a longtime leader in the memory chip realm, is on the verge of losing that title, having to fend off fast-changing Chinese players while playing a hard catch-up with its crosstown rival SK Hynix. The looming crisis has led its chief head, Chen, to issue an unprecedented apology after his consensus missing third quarter preliminary earnings were announced last week, admitting to falling short of market expectation and pledging a complete overhaul of the organization to secure competitiveness. Samsung's faltering performance in the AI chip realm led its stocks to lose more than 20% coming into this year. The price, which went as high as 87,800 won in July on hopes of its premium high bandwidth memory, receiving a green light from AI chip Goliath and NVIDIA, hit a rock bottom of 58,900 won in early October, entering the 50,000 won range for the first time in nearly 2 years. Still, there's no sign that Samsung's latest HBM products will pass the qualification test from NVIDIA anytime soon, and the speed with which Chinese memory chip makers expand their market share is getting ever faster. Samsung's compliance committee admitted that Samsung is fighting a hard game in its annual report issued Tuesday. Samsung Electronics is undoubtedly the biggest company in Korea, but is in a difficult situation, having to deal with unpredictably fast-changing economic conditions around the world, an emergence of its first labor union failing competence among employees, hardships in recruiting talent, and technology leakage is said. Samsung Electronics' leadership in memory chips was significantly dented when it continued failing to supply its HBM chips, the premium memory chip that stacks the dynamic random access memory to empower AI processors, to NVIDIA, while its rival SK Hynix succeeded. The yield rate for DRAM is quintessential for HBM because if that doesn't live up to standards, the cost and processing time of HBM will inevitably deteriorate, said Park, an electronic engineering professor at Hanyang University. Both Samsung Electronics and SK Hynix are utilizing 1B nanometer process technology, which is equivalent to a 12 nanometer range for DRAM that goes into HBM3E. If playing catch-up were the only challenge for Samsung, it would be a relief, but Samsung Electronics is also tasked with fending off the Chinese memory chip makers, which have been striving for several years to achieve chip technology independence as the country's rivalry with the U.S. escalate. Having no compete with the Chinese players was not on Samsung Electronics' agenda before. Their presence is already chipping into Samsung's earnings. The company acknowledged increased legacy memory chip supply from Chinese players as one of the reasons behind its worse than expected earnings for the third quarter. Chinese chip makers' market share was estimated to be 10% in the third quarter of next year, up from 6% this year, according to data TrendForce released Monday. Chinese players are relying on the domestic market at the moment because they cannot make inroad to Western market, but that cannot be guaranteed forever.